I'm walking into the fan studios and there's golf in every direction. So I'm all jazzed up from Swag there talking about Bandon Dunes. Sent my email for my reservation at Shorty's. Got to get down there. Got to get play the new 19. Let's go. You pumped about that?
Yeah.
Pumped about Nelly Corda?
Mm-hmm.
You fired up?
Yeah.
The NBA got you more fired up?
Yeah. Let's go.
I thought that it might. How good was last night?
Heck yes, brother.
I mean, I will say, the game 2 was not a good game. But did you see that coming at all in the series after what happened in Denver? The massacre in Denver? That they would come back?
I did.
You saw a 30-point, I mean,
well,
20,
maybe
24.
not.
I didn't see it happening like it would. I thought Denver would come back and keep it close. So
really?
Yeah, well, I mean, what I thought was you would go in and you have a young team in Minnesota that, they were going to come out and give it everything they got. The game 2 victory that the Minnesota Timberwolves have, I don't know if you know this. Mm-hmm. They did it without 4-time Defensive Player of the Year and new father, Rudy Gobert.
Which should have informed you of the impeding result of Game 3.
But see,
dude, nobody can play defense that intense for that long.
I understand, but
no one can.
I'm confused.
What?
You're without Rudy Gobert in Game 2.
Yeah,
and the whole team plays exceptional team defense.
Intense team defense.
It was awesome.
Yes. So Game 3, you're frigging exhausted.
Sure, but you're getting the one guy that's not exhausted is the Defensive Player of the Year. Like, here's your trophy. Congratulations on the baby. You're the only guy fresh. And the whole thing about the happenings in Denver was what they were able to do to slow down Nikola Jokic. And they did that, again, without their 7-footer who is assigned to Jokic the entire time.
They said slow him down? Is that correct?
Yeah. You're going to give me his numbers.
I don't know if they slowed him down too much.
Well, they did it in Denver? Yeah. He only took 13 shots in Game 2. Without Gobert.
That's interesting.
Yeah. That would be
you
a
think that's slowing down, do you?
13 shot attempts.
Are you sure about that?
You can check it.
All right, check out this full line though. Okay,
sure.
24 points.
This is Game 2.
No, I mean Game 3.
I'm saying in Game 2, the comments were, or Game 1 and 2, that they were able to slow him down. Yeah. Last night, you expect Rudy Gobert coming back to have maybe not the same impact, but a similar impact. Last night, Jokic was great. I mean, the whole Nuggets team was great. Mm-hmm. And they made it easy. So I did not see that. I did not see it being a cruise to victory last night. I thought at some point you would have this young, intense team make a run and make it close, and it didn't happen, which is perfectly fine because it makes the series better.
Right. Rudy Gobert would not fit the criteria of this guy comes back and everything turns around. He just doesn't
need to turn around. They were already going that direction.
Right.
Like, that's what I'm saying. It
what
turned
I'm
around,
saying to you,
but it did turn around the wrong direction.
What I'm saying to you is the blowout made sense to me because even though you have a fresh Rudy Gobert who, got Defensive Player of the Year
for the 4th time.
Right. That doesn't warrant them maintaining that energy or being very good. All I'm telling you is
that I was wrong. I get that. I'm
telling you that I saw that one coming from a mile away.
Okay.
A blowout. Maybe not on those proportions, but
you are smarter than me.
15 points or more, I go, oh yeah, they're going back home. They're defending title.
They're not going back home. They're going on the road. You're saying you were expecting the letdown.
Yes.
From Denver. Okay. The letdown going back home in front of that crowd. You
can't go down 0-3. Everybody knows.
Well, who are you talking about? The team going back home was Minnesota.
Yeah.
And Minnesota was the one that laid an egg. I did not expect. I expected the defending champs to give more of an effort, but if you would have said that they were going to win by 24 and they had a 30-point lead late in the game, I was surprised. But apparently, you're telling me
let's go to the phones.
It was pretty obvious. Well,
let's go to the phones.
Okay.
Let's see if Luke was wrong.
Well, we know that Luke was wrong. Okay. Obviously, I was wrong. I can tell you that. Now, game 1 last night, not game 1 of the series, but game 1 of the evening.
Oh
man, I don't know what's going on in that series. I don't think the team that wins that will have enough bodies to play in the Eastern Conference Championship.
Yeah, I don't.
That is a dogfight, and not like an aerial dogfight, like airplanes fighting, but like Michael Vick type dogfight.
Oh right,
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, like somebody gets money at the end.
It's ugly. Somebody goes to jail. Somebody's getting money, and somebody's going to jail.
Yeah, that's another one where it's like. Isn't it funny that the same thing keeps happening over and over and nobody seems to point it? Nah, everybody points it out. It's just the Knicks seem to keep doing it over and over.
Which is
Tom Thibodeau teams are exhausted by the playoffs.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening. They're all getting hurt. They're all getting injured. They're all tired.
Depth would be helpful, but
yes. I mean, look, they're doing one very crucial thing, very correct, which I think the dichotomy between them and the Brooklyn Nets is so funny to me because the Nets, when they first moved to Brooklyn, after they got over the whole we have a geriatric big three, they go, okay, we're going to try to do this the right way. We're going to build from the ground up. We're going to get players who, we scout. We're going to put a lot of money into the scouting department, and we're going to have this homegrown team, right? Yeah. And they're going to play really well. We're going to draw this huge distinction from the Knicks who go out and just, at that time, right? Go pay Carmelo Anthony disgusting amounts, Samari Stoudemire, all that. That script has literally just flipped.
Yeah.
Completely with those two. And it's very funny to see that. Now, the Knicks are doing that very correct. Yes, they did sign Jalen Brunson, but again, they signed him when he was very young, and they have built him up and built the team around him, which that's the good part. The bad part is you hired a coach who stresses defense and nothing else.
They're doing what it takes to win, so I have a hard time criticizing them. Yeah. I mean, they're here. They are in the second round. They have the series lead.
They do.
But Indiana, I mean, Tyrese Halliburton is limping all over the place too, and that team looks just as exhausted as the Knicks do. I mean, they clawed their way out of a series. I mean, they were the healthier team in the first round. Halliburton, the exception, but they look like both teams look like they're like, man, if I can just get through this game. If I can just get through that game. I mean, what was the guy's name that hit the shot to win it? It escapes me now, but he just chucked that thing up and he was just smiling like, dude, that was the end of the clock. That's exactly what Tibbs wanted. Was like, dude, just don't let them get an easy shot. They get all the way to the end of the shot clock. He just chucks it up from deep. And he looked over like, I didn't think that was going in.
What was that guy's name?
It was great, though. But the problem, the Knicks right now, they don't have any depth. I mean, if Julius Randle was out there playing, it would be different.
I don't know.
It would make a difference in depth. Yes, it would.
Sure,
when you have
I guess
more players equals more depth, equals less stress on the individual players. But Julius Randle is an emerging star in this league. He's out. OG Anunoby is another guy that they picked up this year during the season that is out. He's day to day, so you may get him. But I guess the whole point of this is if that series feels like must-watch television because I don't know who's going to win it, but nobody's getting a huge lead in that series. It's not blowout like we're seeing in the other series that played last night.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I go back to with the whole Tom Thibodeau issue is the fact that you could say it might be different. Sure, depth, but quite honestly, I think there might be an equation to show that even if you brought Julius Randle back, I'm sure somebody else of great importance would also be.
Sure. No, listen.
In fact, I want to go back to last year and I want to look because this has happened to them basically the last 5 years.
But you're also making the assumption that Thibodeau has no idea how to learn from his past.
Whereas he doesn't.
Okay,
this keeps happening.
Well, it's happened
the same way.
I don't know that that's the case because right now, again, they have a chance to go to the Eastern Conference Finals.
I think that happened last year.
That's what you want. But we don't know how it's going to end. Right now, yes, it looks like they're going to be limping across the finish line of this series, but the Pacers are doing the same thing. The funny thing is that looking at this, the big scuttlebutt was that Donovan Mitchell wanted to go to the Knicks, and he wanted to be, that the centerpiece of that team. The team was kind of growing around homegrown talent. Donovan Mitchell is a big free agent. He ends up in Cleveland, and New York gets Jalen Brunson. Did you think he'd be this good leaving Dallas? I mean, he's been outstanding.
Yeah, I mean, I think that he very much proved, and I got my Knicks thing here, so I'll please bookmark it because it is funny. I think he kind of proved what now is being proven in Dallas already is the fact that Luka really can't do it alone at all. Because with Kyrie Irving, I mean, Luka's hurt.
I know. Well, speaking of guys limping around the court.
And, with Kyrie Irving, they now look like a more complete team. And that's what they looked like when they had Jalen Brunson on there.
Yeah.
And, I go over to these subreddits of people who are absolute morons who basically just anoint Luka Doncic the best player in the league. And this is the same stupid S that happens with dudes like Kawhi Leonard, with dudes like Kevin Durant, with all these kind of dudes where they say, like, this one guy is such a major difference in a game that, like, he alone can do it.
Yeah.
There's literally only 3 people I can remember that have done that. It's Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and Kobe Bryant even needed Pau Gasol.
And Shaq. And Jordan was on one of the best rosters that exist. Like
LeBron James. That at certain points, they just kind of did it alone.
Yeah. They did not. No, you're misremembering. The closest anybody ever got to doing it by themselves was LeBron. I will give you that. And he drug his team to a NBA Finals and got swept. That is the one time that he tried to do it by himself.
Are we forgetting about the
the
Delhi series?
The which series?
Matthew Dellavedova, the second best player on the Cavs in 2015.
Sure. Yes. LeBron James is a one guy. I will grant you that. But that is also was the year that the Warriors were falling apart and everybody was injured.
It was not. In fact, that was their first title season. 15.
Didn't they suspend Draymond at the end of that one?
No.
Okay, well,
yeah.
Then
you're thinking of the next one when they actually won it.
Yeah, when they won it. But yes, he drug himself to the finals. I will say LeBron. I will give you LeBron. We can go through all of the times that LeBron did it, but his championships, he had guys with him.
Mm-hmm.
He won when in Cleveland. He had Kevin Love and he had Kyrie Irving. We know that they built the dream team in Miami. He had Anthony Davis when he won in the bubble. So he didn't win it well. Like, there's another All-Star on the team with him when he holds up the Larry O'Brien.
Mm-hmm.
Is that yeah?
Yeah.
Scottie Pippen Hall of Famer?
Yeah.
The first time Jordan retired, you know how many games worse the team was the next season in the regular season final records? Do you know how many games worse they were?
I don't know. Were they better?
They were one game worse.
Oh.
They lost one less game, and they still made runs in the playoffs without Jordan.
That's right.
Remember the Scottie Pippen
and then they won those 2 titles in 94 and 6. Or 94 and 5.
Did I say that they won the championship without him? No, but it wasn't one guy. Would you like to go ahead and go and look at it? And Jordan was back for the playoff run in 96.
Yeah, but he was wearing 45.
I understand that.
And that
But he was
him.
still there. Yes, and he was still in baseball shape and whatever. And Jordan never lost. Yes, they did.
Look, he had a large gambling debt on his mind. He wasn't playing his best basketball.
Yeah.
All right, you ready for this? You ready for the summation of the 22-23 Knicks?
Yes, please.
AKA last season.
The last season's Knicks.
All right. Blah, blah, blah. Clinched playoff spot. First round, beat the Cavs.
Okay. Yep.
In 5. Then we're eliminated by the Heat in 6.
So did not go to the championship series, Eastern Conference Championship. So if now they're in a better spot.
They missed the season before that.
Yeah. That was the season without Jalen Brunson. Last year was the first year with Brunson.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, Tom Thibodeau teams just, and then, I guess if we can go back to the Bulls and look at those, but it just kind of, it does this.
Yeah,
and it's slightly disappointing because
runs out of gas.
Well, yeah, and I'm playing into the narrative, the ESPN narrative that everybody likes to Illuminati onto everyone, which is the NBA just wants the Knicks and Celtics. That's what they want, and they're manipulating the officials to make it so they get the big market teams. I kind of want that, quite honestly.
Do you?
Yeah, of course I want the Knicks and Celtics. Come on.
All right.
How would you not?
I would take Cavs and Celtics. Or Cavs and Knicks. I'll take that. All right.
You want the Pacers and
No, I don't want the
Celtics?
Pacers. Did I say I wanted the Pacers in? I will take the Knicks, but not because they're a big market team. I just think they're more fun to watch.
Yeah.
But that game 7 between the Magic and the Cavs has me kind of rooting for the Cavs now a little bit. That game was fun to watch.
Yeah.
And what was it, an 18-point lead or whatever that the Magic had early, and the Cavs went nope. So yes, but we have the Cavs playing against the Celtics tonight.
So I will ask.
Okay.
The most important of questions.
Do you want to tease the question?
Oh no, this doesn't deserve a segment.
Well, it's not getting a whole segment. We're talking today's basketball games next. So that's what we're doing. So if it pertains to those, we can have it as part of the next segment. We're staying on the NBA.
It doesn't.
Okay. But what is
Did
it?
you see
What
the
is the question? How are we going to know?
Did you see the post-game audio of Luka Doncic?
Oh, I did not. Was it the grown-ass man comments where he's yelling at the Thunder crowds?
It wasn't that.
Do you have it?
I'm a little worried to play it on air, quite honestly.
Okay.
It's him talking, and then a reporter accidentally hooking up his phone to a Bluetooth and porn playing.
Is it really?
Yeah.
It's
fantastic. Out there, and it's pretty great.
Okay, well, I'm going to watch that in the break, and we'll talk about it on the other side. More NBA next. Sinner and Saint on 1080 The Fan.
Stone Creek Golf Club was just named the best public golf course in Oregon, with green fees under $100. And for good reason. The Peter Jacobson Design Course features stunning views of some of the best greens in the state. Stone Creek offers the best of the Pacific Northwest for your next round event or tournament. But that's not all. You can save big with excellent twilight rates after 4 p.m. or find exclusive online-only offers at stonecreekgolfclub.net or by booking through the Stone Creek app. Book your Stone Creek tee time today.
Want concert quality sound for your vehicle? No one does it better than the experts at Car Toys. Get free installation on Kenwood Apple CarPlay and Android Auto Receiver starting at just $299. Plus a free backup camera with any Kenwood receiver from $399. Our experts can also radically improve your sound without touching your dash. Get a simple speaker swap or a full audio upgrade. Visit one of our 48 stores and cartoys.com for the drive you deserve.
Car Toys, a better way to go.
Cover more ground with the fast, durable Kubota Sidekick, featuring a gas-powered engine that delivers a top speed of 40 miles per hour, best-in-class acceleration and handling with cargo, and the strength to haul what needs hauling. All backed by a 2-year, 1,000-hour warranty. Get more done right with the Kubota Sidekick. Visit your local Kubota dealer today. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Visit your local Kubota dealer, Rick Rial Farm Supply, Oregon Equipment Sales in Hubbard and McMinnville, or Dan's Tractor in Battleground.
Drowning in IRS debt? If you can't afford to pay your IRS debt due to economic hardship, you can now be free of IRS collection efforts by taking advantage of a special IRS tax hardship program. This program allows Americans who owe the IRS to resolve their delinquent tax debt once and for all. In some cases, maybe even reducing what you owe significantly. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Simply dial 800-485-7220. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and cannot afford to pay them back or have years of unfiled tax returns, help is standing by. Just call the Community Tax Helpline today at 800-485-7220 for the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your Social Security check. Call 800-485-7220 to see if you qualify. That's 800-485-7220.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The Sinner and the Saint Tailgate with Luke Anderson and Will Darkins on 1080 The Fan.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are talking National Basketball Association playoffs. Will brought to my attention the Luka post-game press conference. It's just Luka talking about open shots and making open shots, whatever. And then from somebody's laptop or phone or whatever it is, you hear in the back of the room sex noises.
It's great.
Luka's face.
It's fantastic.
Do we have any more information about who this was? Was this a prank or a misstep? That's what I
No, I imagine, and I'll give you I'll go a behind the game here and give you probably a play-by-play of how this happened.
Okay.
So,
reporter, this is all speculation.
This is, of course it is.
I just want to make sure that people know.
It's informed speculation.
Informed,
dang it.
Random speculation.
Most likely a beat reporter, right? Beat reporters, they travel.
They get lonely.
In their hotel rooms at night after they have written a blog post that maybe 100 people look at. They switch over to a privacy tab in their selected web browser.
Oh, they take that much energy. Okay.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
Because you might come home and have a significant other and you don't know.
Well, yeah, you also might be going to a NBA press conference. You might want to.
Right. Now, this is where the problem is. Is that you put the secure tab up, you watch to your adult footage.
Yep.
Instead of deleting that tab and switching over to the non-safe tab, you kept it up. And at some point...
Kept it up? Is that a...
At some point during that interview, you had to cross-reference something, and you forgot that your volume was at full blast, and you opened up your browser, and it started playing. Yeah. It was great. It was so awesome.
Yeah.
It's moments like that. And also the fact that nobody seemed angry. They just started laughing. And then Luka goes, I hope that's not live.
It's just very, very, very good. Today, you have a 12:30 tip in Dallas. Oklahoma City is tied 1-1 with Dallas, and they are traveling now on the road. So is this the first time? Did I hear it correctly that in the Dallas game, it was the first time Oklahoma City was even trailing in a game this playoffs, let alone a series loss. So they lost their first game. Obviously, the number 1 seed is the Oklahoma City Thunder. So how do you expect them to bounce back from adversity? So young team still trying to, get their championship DNA encoded. So what do you expect from your Oklahoma City Thunder today?
Mine.
Yeah, you love them. You can admit to it.
I do.
You have a Josh Giddey jersey that you wear.
Oh, I wish I did.
Yeah.
Well, if I did, I'd have to burn it because of that whole thing.
Yeah, but anyways.
Which, by the way,
just kind of
that went away.
Brushed under the rug. Huh. That's not a thing. Don't worry about it. Nobody pay attention to what's happening over here.
I mean, look, the Mavs did what they had to do to win that game in game 2. And to dig into that deeper, they were out of their brains shooting. I think they were at 40% at one point from 3-point range at the beginning. They were
shooting in the 50s.
They were up 13-2 at the beginning of the game, and then they just kind of kept it up. As I was watching, I just kind of thought to myself, like, well, they gotta come back to earth at some point. Well, they never really did.
Yeah.
And so if you're able to do that at a consistent clip, of course, you're probably going to win most games if you have talent on your team and even just a small semblance of defense. And, the Thunder were able to kind of withstand that best they could and stay in the game really until about halfway through the fourth when it was like, all right, we're going to lose this. Let's save our energy for the third, for game 3.
On the game, 48% from 3.
Absurd.
18 of 37.
So if you shoot that well, yeah, you probably should win games unless you're the Pacers and you don't have defense. You've never heard of it before.
What's this now?
So, Yeah, I mean, if you're the Thunder, I don't know if there's really a lot you can change. You played really well. You took the huge haymaker at the beginning of the game. Again, you're down like 13-2 at home, and you sustain it. You come back and, you make it a competitive game. There's really not a lot else you can change. It's just that if somebody's going to shoot above 45% in a game, there's not a lot else you can do. That's what made the Warriors so intensely good for that 3-year stretch where you had KD on the team. They were shooting an insane clip numbers, and you couldn't stop it. You also got an incredible performance from Tim Hardaway Jr., where he really hasn't performed all that well all season. Then he comes out for you, and he's a great player. So, I mean, if you're the Thunder, you just keep going. You've been playing great. You've been playing great and consistent the entire time, save for, I guess, game 1 against the Pelicans, where you could tell there were some jitters. But from then on, you've just played great. So I don't know what you can do. Look, if the Mavericks can shoot that well again today, hats off to them.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, it is interesting because you do have Luka who's hobbling around a little bit out there. The knee or whatever it is. But man,
I believe it's the fat.
Oh, is that what it is?
Dude, if that guy lost 10 pounds, he'd be so much better.
Yeah. Just get him on a workout program. He's still pretty fun to watch, though.
Workout program? Oh, you mean working out?
Yeah.
Just
exactly.
Working out?
Got a program for it. It's called working out.
Yeah. You mean moving when he's not playing basketball?
Do you think he just goes outside and, like, with a hot dog in one hand and the basketball in the other, and then just eats a hot dog and just shoots hoops like a bunch? Like, what is that guy's training regimen?
I would hope. I think his is basically like he does the drills, but the conditioning, no. Like he does the shooting stuff where, like, you know how they do it? Like, they like go around the ring and they have the dude.
He does just around the world the whole time.
Yeah, he just does around the world, I think. And then maybe like he does like his inside drills with like a coach, but like it's half speed.
Yeah.
And then he like turns it on a little bit at the game. That's what I imagine.
Yeah. It's just no conditioning whatsoever. The guy does not run at all.
No.
And just goes out there and plays an entire NBA season.
That's right.
And is still averaging over 30 points per game in the playoffs.
He's that incredible. That's why he should win MVP.
It's pretty incredible. I mean, the funny thing is him and Nikola Jokic both look like they don't do any cardio whatsoever. Yet both of them seem to have the high release. They have the ability, which I've said about Luka Doncic, is he never goes faster than he needs to ever. He goes the exact speed I need to get open and get this shot clear. I will put in no more effort than that. If it takes 85% of my effort, that's all you're getting. I won't give 86 because that'd be a waste of energy. But it feels like both of those guys have that where you just kind of look at them and they don't fit what you expect a great athlete to look like. But I mean, this happens in other sports too, where you have guys. It's just they don't fit the mold. So you genuinely think the guy's not trying? Because I'll tell you.
Oh, I think he's trying.
I know, but you're saying that he's not training. I can't picture him as a slim down, speedier version. He might be going as fast as he can go.
My goodness.
I don't know.
It's impressive.
Well, if he decides that he's just going to go and get yoked and come back next year just absolutely cut and dominates the league, hey, I'm in for it. Let's go. But the way that he plays right now, I'll take it. So I'm not going to criticize anything he's doing because he's maybe not the best basketball player in the world, but he's certainly one of the best. I mean, top 3 in MVP voting, and just continues, hobbled or not, to go out and put up big numbers in the playoffs. So I'll take it.
Yeah.
No?
I guess. He's this whole thing of, and I feel it's interesting because I think a lot of the players that get so much attention for, this anointment of best player in the league, right? There's a handful of dudes.
It would be funny if they had a ranking system like you have in tennis and golf, where it's like you have to hit certain checkpoints, and then it's like it's not a objective thing. It is a math problem. I'd love it if they had the formula for that.
I feel like there's really only one dude who, when this conversation comes up, it makes sense to me, and it really does show the definition of like the best player in the league who does help his team in said manner, and it's Nikola Jokic. And everybody else who kind of talks about this incredible nature of, play from all these other guys, they're just such glaring flaws that I'm not saying they suck. I'm not putting them down to that level, but I'm going, yeah, maybe don't talk about them in that light.
Yeah.
Like Joel Embiid, I don't know, he's kind of hurt all the time.
He won an MVP.
So, yeah, I know. But you know something? Derrick Rose won an MVP one year.
Yeah.
And then he got hurt all the time.
Yeah. Well, speaking.
And, you can go down the list with all those dudes.
Yeah.
People talk about Luka Doncic. People talk about him like that. I don't know. Why is it that he needs like a very, very good, high caliber superstar player to even just kind of be competitive in the league? Shouldn't a guy like that, if he got Kyrie Irving, shouldn't they be even way better than this? Shouldn't they have been the 2 seed? Maybe. I don't know. They don't seem to win that many games unless like Kyrie Irving is somewhat mentally stable and Luka is playing well at some point. I even put this to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's just like, I mean, yes, he's very good, but like
the team is pretty stacked around.
I don't know. Yeah, this team. So that's why I go back to Nikola Jokic all the time, is just because of the fact that, yes, he does have Jamal Murray, and Jamal Murray is very good, but for the most part, everybody else on that team is a glue guy. They know what their role is. They do something particularly very well. And Nikola Jokic just basically fills in all the gaps.
Yeah.
He had, 24 last night? If you go back and look at that stat line, that is really the highlight of it. The 24 is not the big deal. It's like the 14 rebounds, the close to 10 assists, like the complete player. So, when we have this conversation about best dude ever, I get very frustrated at people who just basically go like full climax on people like Nikola Jokic or
Luka Doncic.
on Luka Doncic.
Well, they just go offensive side of the ball and they just go, what can you do for me in those moments? But the other thing too is in the big moments. That's the thing about the NBA is if you just watch the fourth quarter of every game in the NBA, you'd probably spend better time than watching the first 3 quarters of half the games, right? Like when it gets down to crunch time, who is the guy that you can count on? And that leads me to my next question, which is the Cavaliers and Celtics series. You didn't bring up Donovan Mitchell, and you didn't bring up Jason Tatum as best players that people are talking about, but they do get some run. But who would you rather have at the end of the game? And do you expect Boston to just return to form and run away with the series? We'll figure that out after this SportsCenter update.
Would you like some tennis?
Oh, I'd love some tennis. Speaking of tennis, when I talk about like people that like you look at them and go, I don't look like that good of an athlete. Tennis players never look as athletic as they are, except when you look at Nadal. Like Nadal looks like an absolute BA, but you look at like Jokic or Djokovic, or even Federer. Like, yeah, they look like good athletes, but they don't look nearly as good as they are when they're playing tennis. When you just see them, you go, oh, that guy's one of the best athletes in the world.
Federer, I would agree with you. Djokovic hit the see, now you're going to make me go into a tennis rant.
Yeah, well, do it. He looks scrawny to me, though.
Well, but that is the essence of why he is so incredible. Djokovic is like one of the most flexible players of all time. Yeah. And so when it comes to like actually hitting the ball and doing what he does really well, which is play defense, like he's incredible because he can make reaches and he can make shots.
I'm 100%
but that's
with
the
you.
tennis
They're
body
incredible.
thing, you know what I mean?
That's
like, and this is about Nadal. He lost in Rome, which he usually wins on clay courts.
Yeah.
He's gonna retire here at the end of the year,
I would think.
But like Nadal, his body and the type, like what you're talking about, that whole thing, like it worked against him because the fact that like though he was able to like withstand this career, dude. I saw an interview with him recently where he was basically just like, "Yeah, I have to retire because it hurts to walk."
Yeah. Well, I am not a biologist, but my point is that like just looking at body types in sport, I'm not here to tell you that Luka, needs to do this, needs to do that. He's incredible at basketball, and he's always kind of looked a little flabby. Same thing with Nikola Jokic. It's just there are some guys that go out there and make that work, and there are other guys that look ripped and lean. And you go, how come that guy's not better?
More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. Will Darkins from the Fan Sports Desk. Listen live or on demand on the Odyssey app, the Fan's desktop player, or tell your smart speaker to play 1080 Fan.
Hey, it's Dusty. When my family and I are in a time crunch or just want a delicious meal, our go-to is always Victor Rico's Mexican food. My favorite is the Northwest Burrito. My kids love the rolled tacos. With several area locations, it's easy to pick up Victor Rico's. Order online now at victorricos.com or on the mobile app.
Hey, I'm Brett Podolsky, co-founder of The Farmer's Dog. We make fresh food for dogs. We started the company when we saw what a huge difference it made in my own dog, Jada, when she stopped eating ultra-processed kibble and started eating fresh, whole food. The Farmer's Dog food isn't fancy. It's just real food delivered to your door in pre-portioned packs. It's better for them and easier for you.
Get 50% off your first box at thefarmersdog.com/radio. That's thefarmersdog.com/radio.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6986. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6986. That's 800-575-6986. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Your home, your savings, your children. Everything that matters to you is at stake in a divorce, and for many of our clients, a divorce was unwanted. This is Rick Jones. At Goldberg Jones, our team of experienced attorneys handle every aspect of a divorce and custody case. When stakes are high, you need a lawyer you can trust. Husbands and fathers, trust Goldberg Jones. Call 1-800-DIVORCE and get your phone questions answered at no charge.
Serving the greater Portland, Vancouver area.
You know your customers. Ralph likes his coffee black on Fridays, but Mondays he takes a little cream. Jennifer comes in every 3 years when her lease is up to get the newer and better model. And for some reason, pepperoni pizza sells like crazy on Friday nights. Who knew? At Odyssey, we have the expertise to get your media plan done right. With ads like you're hearing right now, to targeted social media campaigns, search engine optimization, and location-based advertising. Advertise with Odyssey and help us grow your business. Visit ads.odyssey.com.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Angie's List is now Angie, and we've heard a lot of theories about why.
I thought it was an eco move. Fewer words, less paper.
No, it was so you could say it faster.
No, it's to be more iconic.
Must be a tech thing.
But those aren't quite right. It's because now you can compare upfront prices, book a service instantly, and even get your project handled from start to finish.
Sounds easy.
It is, and it makes us so much more than just a list. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today.
The Sinner and the Saint Tailgate with Luke Anderson and Will Darkins on 1080 The Fan.
Probably just a little bump in the road. Celtics are the best team in the East by far. They don't have anything to worry about. It's just one game. They lost game 2 in their opening round series. They lose game 2 here. It's just, it's just a little blip. These Celtics do that. They should be fine. Kind of in my head. Donovan Mitchell's very good. These Cavs play with kind of a little bit of reckless abandon. I like the team. They're fun to watch. But what threw me off is when I went on to ESPN. Are you familiar with ESPN? Television, radio, and they have a website too.
ESPN. Cool. I heard Mike Greenberg recently.
He sounds old.
Yeah, like very.
Yeah.
He's got that old man thing of like where and I'm sure this will happen to us at some point, where you just like almost the tongue can't quite do enough work to talk, where you're like this.
A little breathy.
Greenberg here. I was like, whoa, he sounds rough.
So I go onto the ESPN website.
Okay.
They have this thing they call the Gamecast.
Oh my!
You click right on it. Like if you pull up the scores, it'll show you like the schedule to show you the games that are being played today, and then they have like a little Gamecast. Get more information about this.
I'm sorry, Luke. I'm just new to a lot of this stuff.
Nope, it's all good.
Okay.
It's all good. The matchup predictor, according to ESPN Analytics, has the Cavs favored in Game 3 tonight.
Okay.
You good with that? I mean, the betting odds are still in the favor of the Boston Celtics. The Celtics, again, they're almost 20 games better than the Cavs during the regular season. They've got star power over the place. I know they're without Kristaps Porzingis.
Is
that
that's the key right there.
All right.
Now the record in the regular season would not prove this point because if you do look back, Porzingis was out for little stretches of the season.
Yeah.
And the winning percentage without him was actually greater than with him.
Okay.
Not by a lot, mind you, but enough that you go, this or that,
You win 64 games, there's not a lot of blips on the record.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But I think that when you come to playoff basketball, that kind of all changes and all that stuff kind of gets tossed out the window. Because when it comes to playoff basketball in the NBA, it's about which dudes and how many of those dudes can you stockpile to come over and take the slack from the other dudes to win games. And I'll kind of narrow that down a little bit. Last season, when we saw Jason Tatum have quite a few struggles in the playoffs, a lot, Jaylen Brown took it up.
Yep.
He took up the mantle and he said, I'll take care of this. I'll try to carry the team.
Got you back.
When they got Drew Holiday and then they went out and got Kristaps Porzingis, that cushion became massive. That is why they won 60-plus games this season.
Did you just call Kristaps Porzingis a massive cushion?
He is a big cushion.
That's a lot of cushion.
He's a tall cushion. But that cushion gets a lot larger. And that's how you win 60-plus games in the NBA is the fact that people are bound to have bad nights. It's 82 games in a season. That would be insane if you didn't.
Sure.
And so when you do have those bad nights, you get those dudes either off the bench or within your lineup who can step up for you. You're down one at this point. And he's a very, very important one that you very, very consciously went out and got in the offseason because you recognized, one, you didn't have length. 2, you didn't have enough consistent shooting that would help you.
Yep.
And 3, you didn't really have a complete starting lineup. There was something missing. Derek White plays into this as well.
Wow. Speaking of great shooting one night and terrible shooting the next night.
But
Holy
dude,
cow.
again, he's one of those cushion guys where if one of the two stars is having an off night, Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum, he comes in and he fills those gaps.
Yep.
So, that's kind of what I'm thinking with this series where it's like, I don't know if the Cavs should be favored, but I think now they are in the running to have a very strong chance. Winning that game, too, was a big friggin' deal.
I wouldn't disagree with that. How important is Game 3? If you're making predictions after this game is played, and you have the Cavaliers up 2-1 compared to the Celtics up 2-1, how different do you think this? I mean, obviously the series is going to be different, but would you put the Cavs then in the driver's seat to win the series, or are you still counting on the Celtics to kind of come back? Because I think today's a huge game. It's a huge game.
Yeah, massive. I mean, I think that's just hard to say. Will Donovan Mitchell maintain this? I don't know. Can he? I don't know. He's He's kind of the only thing that's driving this at this point. Now, it's not to put the team down as a whole, but like he is the driving force right now that is
I'll tell you, man, I love
Cavaliers' success.
I love his attitude, like the way he's putting his arm around Darius Garland and going up to players and holding them accountable. Like his demeanor.
Yeah.
I wasn't a huge fan of his in Utah, and then I was like, going to Cleveland, kind of an
Why
outpost.
were you a huge fan of his in Utah?
I don't know, because he played for the Utah Jazz. I don't know if I've ever rooted for a player from the Utah Jazz. Like it would have been fun to root for Malone and Stockton, but I couldn't do that.
Why didn't you root for Karl Malone?
I just have never liked the Jazz.
Was it the marrying the 12-year-old?
You know what? I don't know that I had.
Wasn't that?
I just don't know that I had that kind of awareness of his personal life at the time. But yeah, I've never liked the Utah Jazz.
Did you not like Jeff Hornacek? Did you not like the fact that he was rubbing his face all the time?
He was a handsome devil. I will give you that. One of the more beautiful players ever to play in the NBA, Jeff Hornacek. But yeah, no, I never got on the Donovan Mitchell is great train in Utah. But he's willed this Cavaliers team to a couple playoff berths, and I don't know, watching the way that they compete every night and just the way that he's going up to everybody, I can get down with some Donovan Mitchell now.
Can I tell you that the Utah Jazz 90s teams, preferably the late 90s teams, just had some awesome looking characters?
Yes, they absolutely did.
Now you had Greg Ostertag.
Love me some Ostertag.
Just was amazing.
Yep.
And then my favorite of all was Anton Carr.
Yeah.
Anton Carr was incredible because he played for the Spurs before that. And at some point, I don't know when, he went bald, like completely bald. And not only did he go bald, he decided to wear hunting glasses while he played.
Well, yeah.
And he just looked like
he was hunting for wins.
He looked like Anton Carr basically looked like the ultimate YMCA basketball player. Go take a look at his pictures online. You'll see the baldness with the very, very well done goatee and the glasses just all scream like, I'm here on a Saturday to clean up shop. Let's do this.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah, you had Greg Ostertag. Of course, you had Karl Malone.
Yep.
Who was the other one?
Well, Stockton, of course, in his short shorts.
Yeah, John Stockton. Yeah, he was.
That's a good goatee. And he went from a pretty powerful hairline in San Antonio too. You're right, no hair in Utah.
Yes. Well, and then he was just bald.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So anyway, yeah.
Well, I mean, you can shave your head and you can be able to grow.
Oh, but that's
no, I'm with you.
I mean, is it? That to me looks like he went bald. Well, maybe he does.
Well, speaking of Utah, we do need to name a hockey team. We need to talk some baseball and broken arms, and maybe we'll get back into the NBA, but I think we've conquered it pretty well. Right now, I feel like we need to get to some good versus evil, so we'll do that next. Sinner and Saint on 1080 The Fan.
It's Window Nation's semi-annual sale, and it's a big deal. Right now, get 50% off all windows, along with no interest for 5 years, plus bonus savings when you schedule a consult today. If your windows leak, get foggy or hot, or you're paying high utility bills, that's a big deal. With Window Nation's semi-annual sale, you can replace your windows and save a big deal too. Schedule a no-obligation in-home estimate now. Call 866-90NATION or visit windownation.com.
Get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. The BX Series is the #1 selling subcompact tractor in the U.S. The versatile lineup is built to help you make the most of your land. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months, plus up to $2,300 on select equipment. Now through June 30th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com/disclaimers for full disclaimer.
Visit your local Kubota dealer, Rick Rial Farm Supply, Oregon Equipment Sales in Hubbard and McMinnville, or Dan's Tractor in Battleground.
Okay, picture this. It's Friday afternoon when a thought hits you. I can spend another weekend doing the same old whatever, or I can hop into my all-new Hyundai Santa Fe and hit the road. With available H-Track all-wheel drive and 3-row seating, my whole family can head deep into the wild. Conquer the weekend in the all-new Hyundai Santa Fe. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details. Hyundai, there's joy in every journey.
Free. Who doesn't love free? With MyLowe's Rewards, you get the member-only treatment that's actually worth it. Enjoy free member gifts you'll love. And once you reach Silver Key status, you can get free standard shipping. Because Lowe's knows nothing feels better than free. Learn more about our new loyalty program at Lowe's.com/MyLowe's Rewards today. Program subject to terms and conditions. See Lowe's.com/terms for details. Member gifts may be subject to additional terms and restrictions. See Lowe's.com/shipping terms for details. Subject to change.
Have you been too busy to keep up on sports this week?
What has happened to the national interest?
No time to form your own opinions?
I stand before you here today in the midst of gnarly times.
Well, no worries, brah. Let the Sinner and the Saint shred the gnar while you just sit back and ride the wave. It's time for Good versus Evil, brought to you by the Titan of Hawaiian Restaurants, 808 on 1080 The Fan.
feel like I know Book in and out and vice versa. So, yeah, we just keep building from there. Like I said, continuity is a major part of being a successful team, and rough times as well. A lot of teams that are successful right now have been through some rough times, so we just keep grinding.
There is grown man with the maturity of a 14-year-old girl, Kevin Durant. The Suns fired Frank Vogel on Thursday after one season as their head coach. He went 49-33 in the regular season, but was swept by the Timberwolves in the opening round of the playoffs. Then news dropped Friday that Mike Budenholzer had agreed to a 5-year contract to become the next coach of the Suns. $50 million is the value of that contract. Suns are locked into some roster and salary situations for quite a while. Does Phoenix win a title with Durant and Booker?
I don't think that they do, and not because I don't think that they can. I just think the gauntlet in the West is too tough. I mean, the emerging teams like Minnesota, Oklahoma City, I would put even Sacramento in there. Right now, Denver is on the kind of the top of the heap there. Dallas is a good team as well. I just think that there's an awful lot to navigate. I'd be very surprised if the Lakers don't take a step back if they lose LeBron. Obviously, they take a step back if they lose LeBron. But even if they keep him, they have some rebuilding to do. But that's a team that can rebuild really quickly. I wonder if the Warriors have a couple Hail Marys that they could throw. I think there's too many good teams out there, and I don't think the Book and Durant experiment worked very well in year one to give me any reason to think they're better than not just one of those teams, but all of those teams at the same time. I guess it's a gauntlet that I'm looking at.
He gets him looking. Oh, what a silly hack.
Wow.
Who's that?
Who is that?
Who's that?
Oh, I don't know.
You know who that is?
No, I don't know who that is.
Oh, okay. That was Matt Brash throwing some heat.
Wow, that was somebody commenting on Matt Brash throwing some heat.
News broke this week. The Mariners' top reliever underwent Tommy John surgery and will miss the entire 2024 season. He really hadn't pitched in the majors this season after experiencing some elbow discomfort.
Never a good thing.
Spring training. He initially attempted to rehab the injury without the need for surgery, but last month experienced a setback just before going into a rehab assignment. Seattle's somewhat hanging around in the AL West.
Somewhat. They're in second place. They're right there.
Does this dampen their prospects?
No, I don't think it does. Its starting pitching is looking good right now. They have the highest strike rate in Major League Baseball. Their hitting needs to come along a little bit, but last night putting up 8 against the A's. But they're starting to show signs that they have some ability to score runs in this lineup, but they need to get a little bit more consistent. The only thing that really scares me about where they're sitting right now is you've got Houston, who looks awful right now, and I would expect that they will catch fire, and the teams at the top of the American League West kind of better watch out for that. But it hasn't happened yet, and if it doesn't happen, hooray. But no, I think the Mariners are going to be fine down one arm. I mean, if you're a good team with a good pitching staff like the Mariners are, they can navigate this. They just need to get hitting more consistently.
There is a bunch of things that I like to do. I mean, probably that's a normal thing, you know. Nobody likes his job, or maybe they do. They're lying.
I love that quote. Denver Nuggets superstar Nikola Jokic continued to add to his legacy as one of the best NBA players, winning his 3rd MVP Wednesday. Jokic earned the award for the 3rd time in 4 years, beating out Joel Embiid. He also topped Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Luka Doncic, those two finishing 2nd and 3rd respectively in the voting. Was this the right call in your opinion?
I think so, yeah. I mean, he's, like you said earlier, he makes up for so many deficiencies of the rest of the team. There are good players on that team. Jamal Murray, I really like. I don't know how to feel about him chucking heat packs onto the floor and towels and all that. It's kind of a
that dude should have been suspended. That's absurd. Wasn't it? That's awful.
He didn't throw a chair.
Dude, if someone slips on that and gets hurt,
and nobody did.
That's on you.
I know, but nobody did.
Oh, you want to go down that road, do you?
Listen, there's not much precedent for it, and I'm fine. If they would have suspended him, I wouldn't have been surprised.
Look, I robbed the bank and no one died. It's what's everybody getting upset about?
Anyways, if they would have suspended him, I wouldn't have been surprised. It would have put an end to that series in the run, and I can understand why they didn't, because it is a TV show at the end of the day. But my point is, Jamal Murray has never even been an all-star, and they were until the last day they were competing for the number 1 spot in the Western Conference. So yes, I'd say that's a pretty good pick. The best season that he had in the 4 years though was last year.
It's true.
I mean, he had the best regular season and he won the championship last year. That's a 1 year that he doesn't have it, which I think is hilarious.
Yeah. I don't know. Look, he's the best player in basketball.
He's great.
So, yeah.
He's great. Again, the 1 year that's quite the honor. When he looks back at it, he'll be like, yeah, and the good year was the one I didn't win.
All right. Time for my favorite story.
Our favorite story? Your favorite story?
This is my favorite story.
We'll see if it's our favorite
Damn
story.
it. This one comes from Michigan. Here's your headline. Woman was living inside rooftop grocery store sign. The sign.
Yeah.
She was living inside the sign with a computer and coffee maker for a year.
That's pretty great.
Not the attic of the store.
No, inside the
sign.
Yeah. For a year.
A year.
She had a computer and a coffee maker.
Correct.
I assume she had somewhere to sleep. I don't think that those were the only two things that she had.
Well, that's what they found.
Well, okay. But couldn't be all that they found. If she lived there for a full year, right? She's probably got some other accoutrements there. I think those are the ones where, like, you'd be surprised to know that not only did she live there in a pile of her own trash and filth, she also had a coffee maker and a computer. My question is, did she have a job? Was she working from up there with the computer?
No, she's homeless.
Okay. But she had the coffee maker and the computer. What did she need the cup of Joe and the internet access for if she's a homeless woman? Like, I want to know what she accomplished
She
over
wanted
that
coffee.
year. I get that. But what do you drink coffee for?
It's taste, feel good.
To get you going. Right?
I guess. Some people. I enjoy the taste.
Yeah, okay. If you're doing nothing for the entire day, do you delay your coffee intake versus, man, I got to do this project. Better get my coffee. Better get going. Better get my computer booted up. Those feel like things that have agenda tied to them. I could be wrong. Probably I'm wrong because I'm stupid. But my guess is that if you have a computer and a coffee maker, you have stuff you need to get done. So what I want to know is, what did she accomplish?
She had a printer in there, too.
Come on! Is she doing printout signs when she goes to beg on the corner?
Quote,
a nice laser print, I'm homeless, anything helps sign.
The officer said, quote, there was some flooring that was laid down.
Yes!
A mini desk.
Hell yeah.
Her clothing, a Keurig coffee maker, a printer, and a computer. That's what she had up there.
Okay.
So no bed. I mean, they're not saying a bed.
Was she causing anybody any harm? Why are we tossing her out of there?
Oh,
can't live rent free in my sign.
You know, I think she's rolled the dice on chances probably as long as she can. I think that's probably pretty dangerous. I'm sure at some point something would happen that would endanger her health.
Like what?
Living in a sign.
What?
I don't know.
What?
People aren't meant to live in signs, Luke.
Says you. Just because you've never lived in a sign doesn't mean people can't live in a sign. She was fine for a year. I need to know more about her health and her productivity. If she moved into the sign, little overweight, she had some arthritis, whatever, she lived for a year in that sign, she lost the weight, the arthritis is cured. We don't know. I need more research. I need more information, Will.
There was no sign of a ladder. Warren said, this is the officer, it's possible the woman made her way to the roof by climbing up elsewhere behind the store or other retail businesses.
Yeah, she's hopping over the alleyway.
That's interesting.
Come on.
A spokesperson said that store employees responded with, quote, the utmost compassion and professionalism. Now, if you were on that staff, I already know how you would respond.
Me?
Yeah, you would come up to her and go, how did you do that? And they'd be like, oh, come here. We got to get you blankets and everything. Oh, well, hold on a second. Where did you gain entry? Well, why did you have a printer there?
Well, here's the question. How'd you get caught? How did?
Oh, well,
what?
That's a good question. It was a year.
I
so
know. That's what I'm saying.
Where did she misstep?
She
I don't
made
know.
it 365.
Yeah.
So at what point did she get complacent? Did she go up there? Did they get like something got backlit and they caught her nude silhouette up there like undressing within the sign? I just want to know what happened. Was she dumping her waste bucket out onto customers? How'd she get caught? This is what I need to know.
This is referred to as, and this is a lesser version of it, frogging.
Frogging.
Are you aware of this?
No, I'm not aware of frogging. Is this
Okay.
like I'll bet you can't live in that sign for a year?
No,
Okay.
not exactly. It's not friends betting each other that they can't live in signs for a year.
Okay.
So it's
I would love it if it was.
It's the practice of people living covertly within areas.
Sure.
And the better examples are, and you can find this, look it up. There's plenty of stories where people will break into very large homes and live in crawl spaces in the wall.
What?
Yes.
Yes, please.
They probably don't do it for a year, but they'll do it for like a certain amount of time and then
great.
get caught. But this is kind of like that, where
I don't know
she
if
was
it
able
is.
to live covertly in a sign.
Yeah, okay. But here's my other question. How many other people are living in signs? Is she the only one? She's the only one that thought of this.
Probably not.
Like, did they go in to repair the sign? Like, the eye went out, and they're like, oh, yeah, well, somebody needs to redot that eye. And they went in there, and they're like, hey, there's a lady living in here. I need more on this story. You're going to have to start reading your stories instead of just bringing me the headlines.
That's not what I do.
I know that
see
it's not
the
what you do.
headline, and then we discover together.
I just have a lot of
I don't
questions
want to
about
be
this.
jaded by it. I want us to learn this kind of stuff real time. Otherwise, I'm jaded.
I've just got more questions. I've got more questions about this lady.
Well, why don't you write her a letter?
Well, she could print out and send me a response to it. She'd type up, print out, and send. Ah, coffee stain on it. Ah.
You know, there are people online who are like purposefully living in cars. Like people with means who live in, and I'm not talking RVs, I'm talking like they'll live in like a sedan.
Okay.
And they like will document like how to do it. And it is pretty incredible how much free stuff you can get if you just look reasonably within your facilities. You're not dirty.
Yeah.
That like people will just let you come into areas and like do stuff. Like this one person was talking about how like they found the perfect location to park because it's right next to a gym where
Yeah.
they can shower
Sure.
and go get some exercise. And then also right next to a gas station with a microwave where the manager's like, I don't care, you can use it.
Well, if you buy the stuff there, you can microwave it there. How much money do you think you would make if you went disheveled and sat at a street corner and just begged for an hour?
Not a lot.
No?
Nope.
You don't think you could make $20?
That's not a lot of money.
If you made $20 an
If
hour,
I made $20, that
I understand.
what in a day? That'd be
no.
nothing.
I'm saying within in an hour.
Oh, an hour? No,
Yeah.
I wouldn't make 20 in an hour.
Okay.
No,
One kind soul gives you a $20 bill. You don't think that would happen?
probably not.
Huh? But
I don't got a good face for it. They'd be like, that guy's clearly acting.
Yeah. Okay. So you're just saying based on your abilities.
Yes.
Okay.
With my lived experience,
But that
if I just now decided to do that, nah, I'm not getting
I'm
much.
very curious how much people make in that endeavor, because obviously it's worth it because a lot of people are doing it. So I don't
Well,
know.
probably not by choice, Luke.
Are they beating minimum wage? I'm just saying.
Probably not.
You could just go live in a sign.
With healthcare costs,
You could just go live in a sign.
the risk of addiction. I think you're probably faring better with minimum wage.
I'm just asking the question. If people are living in cars and living in signs,
yeah,
frogging in other people's houses, I'm a curious person, and I'm also very unmotivated to go and do any research on it. So here's where I ask those questions.
it's a good combo.
Yeah, it's a great combo. It's served me well. You want to talk about Tom Brady, Tom Brady's roast? Have you got to see that yet?
I've seen parts.
So fine. It was. I just
Oh,
can't-
really?
Yeah. I just.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, you know how jaded my perspective on comedy is, anyways. And then this is non-comedians.
I thought he was all right.
Oh, we can talk about. Well, like I said, we can talk about that. Of course, we have this week in Baltimore Orioles, and then we can talk about what was the other thing that I wanted to talk about. I said it earlier.
I don't know.
And now my brain is falling out of my head because all I'm thinking about is this woman
lady.
living in a sign.
And you want to meet her and get advice so you can move your family into a sign.
I'm just very curious. I'm very curious about people now just sneaking in and living covertly because if they're doing it, I imagine there's people that are very good at it. And you have no idea that there's a guy that lives like in your neighborhood. You drive by him every day, and inside the 7-Eleven sign, there's a dude that lives there.
Are you worried somebody's frogging in your home?
No, I'm actually not. I have chosen a life of simplicity. You know what? If somebody's in my garage, I wonder how long it'd take me to find out.
Is it that messy?
It needs a cleaning. It's not that big, but if you really wanted to get away with it, that'd be the place.
Your garage.
Or the attic. Because I never go in the attic.
I would check your attic.
Well,
I would go home right now.
Now I gotta go check
In fact,
my attic.
I'd text Sharon.
Get the kids out of the house until I can check the attic.
Get everyone out of the house. Call your parents. Where are you? Get to my house now.
All right. I'm going to go in the next break and check my home. If I don't make it back in time, will talk about the Tom Brady roast. Hour 2 of the Sin and Saint coming up next on 1080 The Fan.
Portland Perks.
Looking for some fun that the whole family can enjoy? Right now, you can get one ride bracelet to Oaks Amusement Park and get a second one free. A limited quantity is available only at portlandperks.com. Oaks Park, where the fun never ends.
Whether you're celebrating your dads and grads with a family dinner, a backyard barbecue, or both, Laurelhurst Market has you covered. Hey, it's Rob. Now, if you're there with the group, the menu has excellent steaks, which are a Portland staple, but they have so much more. If you're grilling, not only is it the best meat in town, but their butchers are all trained chefs to help you pick the right cut and walk you through the best way to cook it. Do both and get 10% off in the butcher shop when you dine in. Laurelhurst Market, more than just your friendly neighborhood steakhouse.
It's championship season in the Rose City. After winning the West, the Portland Winterhawks are now competing in the WHL Championship Series presented by Nutrien. Hawks host the Moose Jaw Warriors tonight at 7 p.m. Be sure to wear your red and get your tickets now at winterhawks.com.
If you need bold banners to boost your business, but you're on a budget, think Staples. Posters, flyers, signs, and menus for less? Think Staples. Staples can print anything you need to move your business forward. Now at Staples, save $50 on your print purchase of $150 or more. Same-day service available on hundreds of items if you order by noon. And all backed by Staples' Print Perfect guarantee. So it's done right or it's printed again free. Staples, your local print and marketing expert. N61, visit staples.com/print for details.
I lock up my Old Spice Fiji aluminum-free dry spray to keep that 24/7 lasting freshness safe for myself. Fresh coconuts, palm trees in the wind. It's like catching waves in Fiji. Actually, I just talked myself into a refreshing spritz of Fiji. My Old Spice is missing! No!
The home of primetime with Isaac and Sue, always live on the Odyssey app, is KFXX, KWJJ, HD2 Portland, 1080, The Fan.
That's his thing.
That's beautiful.
Isn't that great?
An Odyssey sports station. Now, from the Fan Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on 1080 The Fan.
First on The Fan, 2 games on the NBA playoff docket today. Action tipping off at 12:30 this afternoon. Oklahoma City Thunder hope to pull away from the Mavericks up 2-1 in their series. Dallas 2.5-point favorites. The night game tips live at 5:30 from Cleveland, where the Celtics and Cavs tied up at a game of peace. Boston 8.5-point favorites there. Both of these games you can catch over on ABC. Mariners won their series opener against the A's Friday night, 8-1. They're back at it again tonight in Seattle. Joey Estes versus Bryce Miller on the bump. First pitch is 6:40 over on Root Sports Network. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. Will Darkins from the Fan Sports Desk. Listen live or on demand on the Odyssey app, the Fan's desktop player. Tell your smart speaker to play 1080 The Fan.
Tired of getting dinged by subscriptions? We won't send you a bill. Portland's sports leader, 1080 The Fan. Sports.
Oh, this is so good.
The Final Frontier. These are the voices of the sinner and the saint.
Did you really think that after absolutely blowing your butt out in game 1, blow their butt out? Yes, they blew their collective butts out to try to get that win.
Oh, their weekly mission to provide hot takes, medium takes, mild takes, to boldly go where no show has gone before.
Take me to Flavortown.
Luke Anderson.
You're welcome. You're welcome, world.
Will Darkins.
I know what you're thinking. What will the butt test tell us that the nose test didn't?
The Sinner and the Saint Tailgate Show on 1080 The Fan. The
Odyssey.
Map.
It's just turned into a gigantic Mexican.
And 1080thefan.com.
Hour 2! If you missed anything from hour 1, shame on you. Please be better. That's all we ask. Just self-improvement. Try to be here on time, 9 o'clock. But if you got here at 10, you can listen to the podcast. You can do it later. You'll do it out of order. Listen now, listen later. It's all good. Podcast available on 1080thefan.com. It is available on Odyssey.com, the Odyssey app. You can tell your smart speaker to play the podcast, I assume, because it's a smart speaker. We've also got one hidden inside the sign of your local grocery store. You're welcome. To climb up there, talk to the nice lady that lives in there. Have a cup of coffee. Have a cup of coffee. Vancouver Ford text line. Somebody said I had a cousin that worked at Google and lived in his Volvo XC70 in their parking lot for 32 months until his contract ran out. And if you're in Silicon Valley and working for Google, I mean, it's not a cheap place to live.
Until his contract ran out.
I don't know. You make all the money at Google, then you take whatever cash you got and then go buy a house in Oklahoma and pay it in cash and then never work again.
Why not just get fired?
I don't have the answers to this. I read all of the information was there. Did you know that all texts on the fan line are brought to you via the Vancouver Ford text line? Your dollar goes further at Vancouver Ford. They treat you right before, during, and after the sale. Their website, VancouverFord.com. It's that easy. It's that easy to interact with this show.
Yeah.
I remember the
text photos.
I remember the other. We have YouTube. Can they send those on there? I don't know how that works. Are we on YouTube right now? I turned up the lights. Swag likes it super dark in here, and somebody was complaining last week that it was too dark.
Yeah, they're right. You know, I came in here this morning, and I thought he didn't show up because it was so friggin' dark, and he was in there.
Yeah.
The first thing I said, good morning. He goes, Hops have a game today. I was like, all right.
Thanks for that.
Cool.
I do want to talk about the Tom Brady roast, but I remember the other thing I wanted to get to. Naming teams is fascinating to me.
What do you mean, like sports teams?
Yeah. You get a new sports team. So I don't know if you follow the NHL at all, but the Arizona/Phoenix Coyotes are no more.
Yes.
They're moving to Utah, and they will not be the Utah Coyotes.
I read an amazing feature on ESPN like a year ago about how they're like they were one of the worst run sports teams. Like
they were owned by the league. Oh, yeah. It's like an all-time. They're playing in the college arena, and like it's terrible. Yeah. Terrible. So now they're moving to Utah, and they're being rebranded. They don't want to take any of that Coyote stank with them up to Utah. So they are. They're renaming, and they've unofficially released 20 options for names. And I want to run through them real quickly and get your opinion. Now, Sports Illustrated, I didn't know if you knew this, but Sports Illustrated is still a thing. Their website decided to put them in some sort of order. So the worst name on the list, according to Sports Illustrated, Utah Blast.
Yep.
Okay.
That's pretty bad.
Utah Venom.
What's the mascot? Blast.
I don't know what
Okay.
I don't.
Sorry.
I don't know what it is,
Go
but
ahead.
the Blast is terrible.
Yeah,
I think
that's
we can all
really
agree
bad.
with that. Utah Venom.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like it. Why not just name them the Rattlers or something?
Yeah. Well, are we
Is that
worried
a snake
about
thing?
Are we worried about snakes in Salt Lake City?
Perhaps.
I don't know if that's
I don't
a
know.
thing. Utah Fury.
Yeah. Again, I don't like. I
Adjectives?
don't. Yeah, I don't like adjectives as names. It's weird.
Utah Powder. Which I get what they're trying for, which is we love the powder in Utah because of skiing.
I'm sure.
But it's also like
the mascot needs to be a coked out dude.
It's just Gary.
Yeah. An insufferable coked out dude.
Yeah.
Not like what you have in your head, like a crackhead. Like
no, just like an annoying...
insufferable coked out dude at a party.
Yeah.
Have I ever shown you my pictures from my vacation at Puerto Rico? Have I ever shown you?
Yeah. We went to Tulum. It was awesome.
It was incredible. It was absolutely incredible. It changed my life.
16 on the list, Utah Freeze.
Okay.
Utah Blizzard.
All right.
Utah Ice.
Okay. I'm okay with ice.
Really?
I think that's kind of cool, yeah.
They play hockey and they're called the Ice.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Something about that I like.
Sports Illustrated putting Frost ahead of Ice.
Okay.
Utah Glacier at 12.
No. Because that's a dumb mascot.
A glacier.
It's a glacier.
Yeah. Well, that and a glacier, not the swiftest of foes.
That's right.
You know,
but it's imposing.
And then you have the season starting off at a glacial pace and like the jokes. I don't know.
It's a good idea.
I don't know what the fascination is with this, but it sounds like they might have a love for bees out there. But the Utah Hive at 11.
I don't like that.
Then
I don't like naming any team after like a bee thing.
Okay. Oh,
like the
insects?
Hornets or no, I'm okay with insects, but just the bee
What's a good
family.
insect?
Oh, like if you were like the anteater. Well, I guess that's not an
anteater.
insect.
Yeah,
but
name a good insect one. The Delaware spiders, but that's a spider.
The Richmond spiders.
Richmond spiders. Delaware is what, the blue hens or something.
Yeah.
Richmond spiders. Cleveland was going to go spiders. If this Cleveland baseball team went spiders, it would have been way cooler than Guardians. We can all agree with that.
Yeah, I mean that's a good point.
But Utah has the Hive at 11.
Because there's the Georgia Tech. They're what
the Ramblin' Wreck from Georgia Tech, but they have the Wasp.
The
there,
Wasp,
whatever.
right? And then there's
part
the
of logo.
Hornets.
But
I don't like it.
Okay, so the Utah Hive, Utah Outlaws at 10, Utah Swarm. So two bee-related ones right there in the middle. So the Hive and the Swarm.
Outlaws, all right.
Yeah, I don't know what that Outlaws hasn't been used, but I don't know. Like,
it's all right.
Like,
should have saved it for Vegas, but
yeah. Well, Vegas, the Golden Knights is pretty great. Like the reference to the evenings being lit up, and the Golden Knights are pretty great in my opinion.
Okay.
8, Utah HC. Just Go Hockey Club.
No.
Okay. Utah Canyons. That's pretty dumb.
No.
Utah Mountaineers. A lot of them are
Canyons.
bad. The Canyons.
Again.
Yeah, dumb.
It's
dumb.
mascot. You have like mascot's 40% of this name idea.
Yeah.
It is. You know why? Because we have a friggin' trail cat.
Well, it's logo and mascot.
How dumb is Blaze the Trail Cat?
What, he's
it's
awesome.
Awful.
He's my
It is terrible. It is not only lazy, but it is an affront to children who go to that game who are hoping to see a drunk prospector with a pitch axe run around screaming. Give me that. I don't want the cat. You put that cat
out. Utah Mountaineers.
All right.
Okay. Utah Squall.
What's a squall?
Bad weather front.
Oh, really?
A
That's
squall here. Yeah, they're very much on the weather things. The blizzard, the ice, the frost, the squall. But I think of a squall. I don't know why, and you can look up what squall means. But I think that's a coastal storm. I think there's a squall coming in off the sea, and an old salty marine captain out there. And it's like, hey, we're caught in a squall, fighting the whale. Off the coast. And now he's Irish or Scottish. I don't know where he went, but anyways.
You're a bit off.
I picture an old sea captain.
You're a bit off.
What is a squall?
To cry out raucously.
That's a squall. Squall. No, it's
squalls. S-Q-U-A-L-L. That's a squall,
so
right?
It says here.
That's what it says.
It's defined in this thing as a sudden violent gust of wind or a localized storm, especially one bringing rain, snow, or sleet.
So there's a difference between double L squall and a single L squall?
No, that's got the double L. What are you looking at? Is there not two definitions?
I'm getting two.
I know, but you're not finding the one that
No, I'm
defines
on
the storm?
Webster.
Right.
I'm on Merriam-Webster.
And they're just saying squall is a holla?
Raucous cry. Yeah.
A
A raucous cry. Sudden violent wind. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, the
sudden violent
storm.
wind,
Yeah.
often with rain or snow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Number 4, the Utah caribou.
What does a caribou look like?
It's like a reindeer.
Oh. No, I don't hate that.
Okay.
That's fine.
All right. Anything
Kind of
with
cool.
Antlers work good for a logo and for a mascot.
Yeah, I mean, look, you got the Milwaukee Bucks, and I like that logo.
Yeah, like I said, it's good. Caribou just doesn't sound as mean as a buck.
Imposing.
Yeah.
They're big, though. Boy, look at those guys.
Yeah. Number 3, Utah Black Diamonds.
No.
Number 2, the Utah Mammoth.
I don't hate it.
Good logo. Good mascot.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And finally,
let's hear it.
The Utah Yeti.
Oh, no.
Okay.
It's dumb.
Yeah.
It is. Like the Bigfoot or the Sasquatch. It's stupid.
Because it's imaginary.
Well, it's just dumb. It's a mythical creature.
The alliteration of Utah Yeti. I mean, I know it's a Y, but it has the same sound.
But you know something? The Kraken, right? I think that's
awesome.
dumb. Oh, I think it's dumb.
You really think
but it's a stupid mythical creature. That's what you
Yeah.
named your team after. It's stupid. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people really like that, but my first thought.
I like the Kraken because I feel like especially living in the Pacific Northwest, we are hit over the head with Sasquatch. There's so much. The Kraken is a low profile mythical creature. That I'm okay with. They keep a low pro. Sasquatch, it's a little overused. A little overdone to name a team after.
Text line says Utah is the beehive state.
Well, see, there you go. So the swarm and the hive. So I figured there had to be a reason for that.
Okay.
Thank you, Vancouver Ford text line.
Yeah, I'm liking caribou.
The caribou.
Yeah.
Utah caribou.
Yeah, that thing's mighty.
And then you go out and you have like some boo chant.
Yeah.
I think you can do a lot of caribou.
Good.
All right.
You could let's go caribou.
Yeah.
See, that's
Let's
pretty good.
go caribou.
Let's go caribou. Yeah, man. I just the mythical creature thing. I think you can only get so silly with a team name.
Yeah.
Before it's just kind of like, what is this? Why are you doing that? The
else?
Golden Knights was perfect because it just played on.
Yeah.
It was subtle and it played on cool aspects of the city.
Well, I think the Kraken did a good job with their logo being kind of stealthy. So it's kind of like a nod to the Kraken, and they're right on the water, and it's kind of, to me it really fits there.
Right.
Yeti is the Himalayan version of the Sasquatch, so you wouldn't use Yeti even if you were in the Rockies. And like I don't think you can do it without it being hokey. I think the Kraken did a good job where it's not hokey. You can't make a Sasquatch that isn't just a goofy. That's
they're goofs.
Yeah, so I'm with you. I'm with you.
You know, it's based on a lie.
A lie.
Isn't it?
I don't know. Like,
did the guy admit on his death? I'm talking about the Sasquatch. Didn't the guy admit on his deathbed that it was fake?
The guy? Which guy?
The video, the original video.
Oh, probably. I don't know. I would assume
that's what it's based on.
It's based on a lot of things there. Do you know how many different Native American words there are for a large hairy man from Northern California up into Alaska? There are hundreds of thousands. There's more words than there are for snow. There's all these myths that it's based on.
Look, buddy. I'm sure there was a lot of hairy dudes before they invented razors.
You know what I would like to see is the Netflix roast of Sasquatch. Phil, we really tear that guy a new one. No? Bad segue? I'm trying.
It's not bad.
Okay. We'll talk about Tom Brady's roast. We'll do that next. Sin and Saint, 1080 fan.
Auto accident? Need a loaner today? Call Lafe's Auto Collision Centers. We can get you into a replacement vehicle as early as today. At Lafe's, we work with all insurance companies. We process your claim fast, repair your vehicle to pre-loss, bill direct, and get you back on the road hassle-free. Need your vehicle picked up? Call Lafe's and we'll send out one of our fleet flatbed trucks to your home or office anywhere in the Northwest. Lafe's Auto Collision, the industry leader for 33 years, locally owned, the finest in collision repair.
Need inspiration? Shop Fred Meyer for over 30,000 mouth-watering choices with savings beyond low prices, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. More savings and more inspiring flavors make Fred Meyer worth it every time. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Mother's Day is Sunday, May 12th, and Fred Meyer has great gift ideas like cards, flowers, desserts, and more. We make it easy to keep Mother's Day in full bloom.
A slow network is no network for business. That's why more choose Comcast Business. And now we're introducing Ultimate Speed for Business, our fastest plans yet. We're up to 12 times faster than Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile. And existing customers could even get up to triple the speeds at no additional cost. All from the company with 99.9% network reliability and advanced cybersecurity. It's ultimate speed from Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Don't miss out on our fastest speed plans yet. Get started with internet and security for $49.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year contract. Plus, ask how to get up to an $800 prepaid card with a qualifying internet package. Don't wait. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com to switch today. In 62324, restrictions apply. New customers only with 150 megabits per second internet and security edge. Equal bill and auto pay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Compares Comcast Business 1.25 gig to 100 megabits per second of Verizon 5G Business, AT&T Wireless Broadband, and T-Mobile for Business. Up to 3 times download for existing essential and standard internet customers.
Did you know the law requires insurance companies to pay you 100% of your auto claim in cash? At Leif's, we're here to help you do just that. It's your money. Thinking about cashing out, a partial repair, or for many, a pre-loss repair? We're on your side. Remember, it's your money, but to settle your claim 100%, you'll need a professional. Insurers will not settle your claim correctly without a pro working for you. Custom services, deduct assist, loaners, pickup and delivery. Leif's, we're always on your side.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
We all know what UV rays can do to our skin, but they can also do damage to your car. Keep that from happening with 303 Protectant. 303 Protectant keeps the sun's harmful rays from causing fading and cracking in rubber, plastic, or vinyl surfaces. From the dashboard to the tires, 303 Protectant keeps your car looking new longer. Get 303 Protectant today at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Visit 303radio.com for more information.
The good folks at Wendy's have a revolutionary new product for you. Introducing the new Orange Dreamsicle Frosty. It's like a time machine that takes you all the way back to now, the year 2024. It's the classic creamy, orangey flavor you remember. Dare I say, it's new-timey. It's the flavor you grew up with, just all grown up. Head over to your local Wendy's establishment and get yours while supplies last. The new Orange Dreamsicle Frosty. Here for the now, for now.
Limited time only at participating Wendy's.
The Sinner and the Saint Tailgate with Luke Anderson and Will Darkins on 1080 The Fan.
On the Vancouver Ford text line, they are saying boo to the Caribou. The Mammoths are winning the text line vote right now. I did a quick glance to see if there's any good minor league hockey teams that had good names. The number one rated one, at least by Bleacher Report, the Philadelphia Phantoms, but that's way more the Philly part. There's the Adirondack Frostbite, I thought was good. Winston-Salem are the Mammoth.
The Frostbite?
Frostbite. Just voted up here. Madison Kodiaks.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
Kodiak is good. The Florida Everblades.
That's fun.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny. Baltimore Skipjacks. I don't know what that means.
What's a skipjack?
The Amarillo Gorillas.
Sounds like a drug.
They almost tried to do it. The Muskegon Fury. That was one of the ones they had on there. The Austin Ice Bats.
Ooh. Now I do like that.
Ice Bats, and then the...
I like bats.
There you go. The Jacksonville Barracuda. And then I was looking at the best the best high school mascots by state, a list that High School SI put together. And I only got to a couple states, just glancing at it. Alabama's is awesome.
What is it?
The high school is the Alabama School for the Deaf, and they're the Silent Warriors.
Ooh.
Come on.
That is pretty great.
Yes. Arizona's the Yuma Criminals.
I never thought of that before. What
Silent Warriors.
What you would name the sports team for a deaf school?
Silent but deadly.
That's pretty great.
Silent but deadly.
Yeah.
That's what I would. No? And then Colorado is the Mean Moose, which made me think moose would be better than caribou. The Utah Moose would be better than Utah caribou.
That'd be good too.
Yeah.
I'd enjoy that.
But and I checked, there's a population of 2,500 to 3,000 moose in Utah. So they got moose, and moose are bigger and meaner than caribou.
There you go.
So the Utah Moose.
Utah Moose
is I would vote. The Mooses. is I would vote over that.
The Moose.
Before we get to your baseball thing, what was you watched part of the
I
Netflix
watched parts of it.
roast
of
Tom Brady?
Mm-hmm.
And how was you said you enjoyed it?
I mean, I thought so. Whitney Cummings was really funny.
Oh, I didn't get that far.
Yeah, she was good.
Because
you know,
Nikki Glazer went out and set
or
fire.
that too. I mean, yeah.
that's the one
Nikki Glazer, she was good.
Yeah, she said, but that's what she's a professional comedian. And then it's like, and now here's Randy Moss or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, Julian Edelman's stuff was good. Belichick's was good. Good for
Yeah, but
Belichick.
it was everybody just going like, oh, that you know what? That's what got me about it more than anything.
What?
Is it was good for Belichick. It was everybody's going, he did a thing. Good for Belichick. Because
I don't know what your fascination is with like
it was cheesy.
Holding up for Robert Kraft. You
What
have
are you
something
talking
with
about?
Robert
What- How
Kraft.
is this me holding up for Robert Kraft? All I'm saying is when Bill Belichick got up there, this has nothing to do with Robert Kraft.
It has everything to do with
you're
it.
insane.
Because this is the same thing when we were talking about that Apple documentary, where I basically told you it was a hit job on Bill Belichick.
Yeah, Bill Belichick
and
said that.
you thought I was like crazy. And if you go online and look, literally everybody thinks the same
Yes, I know.
thing.
You're echoing what everybody says. It's
Yeah, because
fine.
it's
You're
really obvious.
Okay, fine.
Dude, did you see them?
I seen them set Bill Belichick down, and he could have spoken for himself, and did not mention the Malcolm Butler thing, which was part of the reason that I was curious about what he would
Oh,
say.
that what you wanted to see?
I wanted him to come out and be honest about any of that, and if it was a hit job on him, maybe all of the good Belichick stuff was left on the cutting room floor. But what they put in there was Belichick going, I don't want to talk about that. And if he said a word about the Malcolm Butler situation, just as an example, they would have put it in there. But he didn't want to talk about anything. And that's on him. And then he goes out there and he gets the pity claps from the comedians going, oh, Bill Belichick tried. Good for him. But those were cheeseball jokes, and he was getting pity laughs. And to me, I was like, what? That's what it felt like.
It's rough.
He earned them because he won all those games. But Tom Brady sitting there just squirming, and the whole thing was awkward. It's fine. Nikki Glazer, it's very funny. Jeff Ross tries too hard. Like all of the comedians basically gave me what I expected. The thing with Tom Segura and Burt Kreischer was super forced and awkward.
I will say I thought there was no point at all to it.
Yeah.
If what I heard is true, which is that Tom Brady had like 2 or 3 rules. One which being,
well, he gets up like as soon as they said something about Kraft's massage.
Yes,
he gets up and
that
goes,
was
"Don't
one
do
of
that.
them.
Don't do that again." Yeah, that gives me. If you do it, it's no holds barred, or don't do it.
Yes,
Kevin Hart looked like he didn't prepare at all. It's just,
yeah, that was the part of it where I was like,
yeah,
dude, why did you invite Robert Kraft? That's literally the first thing to make fun of.
Of course, and it's
first.
It's low hanging fruit. Everybody's
is.
kind of on his side, like literally low hanging fruit. But it was also one of those things that like he never really got in trouble for. It's kind of funny, and you kind of understand why a guy in his position would do something like that. You're kind of like, yeah, I'll give him a pass. Like it's not even
You
that
gave him
bad.
a pass for financially backing human trafficking.
Is really that's what he was doing, was going, here's all the money for human trafficking, or he was just an old lonely man that went in for a little rub and tug. That's what I give him a pass for. Oh goodness,
Your
gracious.
Team Kraft. You love it.
You're
all supporting Bob Kraft.
Sure, if you want to say that. And the other thing too was like every time somebody went up there, and this is what I hate about roasts, is none of the comedians that go up there are friends with Tom Brady. And if they are, their set should not sound like, I read through the latest news about Tom Brady and Giselle, and so I will hit those points here with some weekly crafted jokes.
The jiu-jitsu instructor.
Yep, which was beaten to death. And then I would go and read through his Wikipedia page and do a bunch of those and hit Drew Bledsoe on the head with those. And then I'm going to be edgy and try to squeeze in an Aaron Hernandez joke. It just felt
that too.
Very repetitive.
Why was everybody so upset about that?
I mean, again, it's going to happen, but it was a little overdone, and none of them were good, and none of them were,
But why is everyone really that upset about the Aaron Hernandez joke?
Because
didn't he kill a guy?
Yes, he did, and then he killed himself.
Okay, but he killed a guy.
Yes.
Yeah, I kind of think.
Yeah.
Don't we still make fun of OJ?
Yeah. Well, yes, we do, because I think Jeff Ross came out dressed as OJ, covered in blood. Yeah. Yeah.
What's the difference? Because he committed suicide in prison?
Yeah.
I think he still killed a guy. I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
I don't think the suicide X'd that out.
But he had a tortured life before he killed that guy and killed himself. Yes, that seems pretty obvious. I don't know.
He killed a guy.
But again, it's to me it felt very unnecessary.
I will tell you with the whole comedian thing, I think it's purposeful, because if you had like literally the people roasting him was just like good friends, right? Yeah. Like you threw like a few of the 07 guys in there.
Sure.
And
if you just had old Patriots going up and roasting,
I don't think you'd like it.
Yeah.
Because none of those dudes, it wouldn't be personal. I mean, none of those dudes wrote those jokes. They did.
Oh, no, of course they did.
Yeah, and so they needed writers, and then they didn't really deliver them all that well.
Yeah,
I mean, they chose Julian Edelman because, he's one of Brady's best friends, but also he's a very well-spoken person. You had to put Gronk there because, it would look weird if you didn't invite Gronk. So you bring in comedians who can hit the jokes and get punch. You know
of course. I know why they brought in the comedians. And the comedians, like if somebody goes, hey, this is going to be watched by all of these people and it's a chance for you to showcase what you do. So they're going to go up there. They're up there for themselves. And maybe they're a fan of Tom Brady, so they go up there. I didn't see the entire lineup and I didn't watch the whole thing because I was just kind of like, oh, this is getting exhausting. But I don't even know. Did Bill Burr go up there or any like super Patriot fans, like big headliners? I couldn't tell you, but there was no part of it at the beginning. But yeah, Nikki Glaser being funny. Yeah, she's very good at what she does. The roast part of it, it was a lot of jokes where she's just like, oh, this joke is already a good joke. A lot of hers were insert name here jokes. Is what it felt like. So, anyways, it was a thing. But now we need to get to something that's very important, which is this week in baseball fandom with Will Darkins. We have to wait until after this SportsCenter update. Utah Moose wasn't on the list.
That does roll off the tongue well.
That's sometimes just having it sound good is important, right?
I like it.
Seattle Kraken sounds good. Vegas Golden Knights sounds good. Utah Moose. Yeah. And then the Moose are on the loose, and you get to, borrow the Mariners mascot, have him skate around out there. Come on.
The greatest wide receiver of all time, some people might call Jerry Rice.
Some people might. Like, who's arguing that Jerry Rice isn't at least in the conversation?
Some might call.
Yeah. No, Jerry Rice, he was a system guy. He just took advantage of,
Very upset that his son Brendan, who played at USC, was drafted so low.
Yeah, I know.
Saying that he will prove teams wrong. Rice, the son, 22 years old, when interviewed, said, "My dad was hot." Don't take that out of context. You guys get the flash, like the humble dude, right? He's like, hell no, we're not going to take a different level. These guys going to feel us. Boy, that reads tough, buddy.
Yeah,
man.
I'd like to think that it'd be cool to see Jerry Rice's son go out and light the league on fire, but I don't expect it to happen.
Why not?
Well, just because if he's a 7th round pick, like the guys.
Oh, don't say that, Luke.
Well, I know. Hey, listen, if he's a 7th round pick, I assume the talent evaluators had something in mind. He wasn't the best receiver at USC. He played in an offense where they chucked the ball around the yard a ton. He was good, but. He wasn't the guy that you had to watch out for. But maybe he goes all Puka Nacua on the league and rips the thing in half. Either way, I think I'd be more surprised if he ends up getting anywhere near the greatness of his father or just fades away. Because the NFL, unlike the NBA, I don't think you see a ton of repeat guys outside of the quarterback position in football.
More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. Will Darkins from the Fan Sports Desk. Listen live or on demand on the Odyssey app, the Fan's desktop player, or tell your smart speaker to play 1080 The Fan.
Find great deals for mom this weekend at your local Coastal.
Coastal Farm and Ranch, with just what the country needs.
Shop May 10th through May 12th and save 20% off Montana's Silversmiths jewelry. 20% off women's purses and wallets. Women's jeans are buy one, get one 50% off. And find an additional 25% off the lowest mark price on all clearance items. Bring the family on Saturday, May 11th for our Plant a Pot with Mom event. The first 100 customers who buy a plant will get the pot and soil for free while supplies last during this event.
Coastal Farm and Ranch, we're just what the country needs.
Shop this weekend and save at your local Coastal.
Here's Trevor, operations manager with All About Doors.
A garage door really is the face of your house. It's what you see. It's the first thing you see when you pull up to your house, and it really helps with return on investment on a house investment in general. Adding a new garage door offers so many things that people don't realize until they have it. Visit us at allaboutdoorspdx.com or give us a call at 503-620-2453. There's a lot of things that go into garage doors that people just don't realize until they call us. All about trust, all about community, all about doors.
Are you curious about who offers the best deals on top-rated Samsung, LG, and Sony TVs? The answer is surprising. It's not online, and it's not the warehouse clubs. The best deals on top-rated TVs are at Video Only. Don't believe it? Then check out the trade-in deals at Video Only. How about $500 for your old TV? Try doing that online. Before you buy that new TV, drop into Video Only. If you don't, you'll be sorry.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
The Sinner and the Saint Tailgate with Luke Anderson and Will Darkins on 1080 The Fan.
All right, I have that list of high school mascots up, and there's some good ones on there. We don't need to obviously go through the whole thing, but would you care to guess the best mascot according to high school sports, highschool.si.com, the best mascot in the state of Oregon? It's not the Cheesemakers.
Oh,
just so you know.
Best mascot?
Yeah. Tillamook Cheesemakers did not win. This is best, not silliest or worst.
I don't know.
The Bend? Do you know what Bend's high school mascot is?
I don't.
The Lava Bears. The Bend Lava Bears win.
Yeah, I like that.
State of Washington. This school, I think my dad competed against them in track. But the Oakville, care to guess what Oakville's mascot is?
No.
The Oakville Acorns.
Huh.
Yeah, there you go.
The Fighting Acorns.
There is that for you. All right. Will.
Yeah.
How'd this week in baseball fandom go for you? Are you getting upset about catchers crowding the plate? About
that guy breaking his arm.
Yeah, okay. So this is actually a trend in baseball. So it started a couple years ago with the Yankees. So since 2000, so going into 2018, less than like 10 occasions per 10,000 at-bats of guys getting catcher's interference. The Yankees catching coach decided that, hey, we could get more strikes at the bottom of the zone if we crowd the plate a little. It makes it a little more difficult for the umpire to see the bottom of the zone, and if you're framing a pitch, you catch it earlier, so before it drops, so you have a better chance of framing it more in the zone. Well, Major League Baseball is a copycat league, so you're seeing more and more people, and it is growing astronomically with the occasions of catcher interference. And Contreras gets his arm broken by J.D. Martinez this week when he gets hit. Maybe Martinez is a little back in the box. Maybe he's crowding the plate a little bit, but holy freaking hamburgers. So I don't know if this is something that baseball needs to actually do something about, but if you look at the numbers, it's actually quite staggering the amount of catcher's interference that was something that was really not happening in the game. So,
well,
anyways,
yeah, I mean, maybe don't crowd the play.
Well, yeah, okay.
I mean, I get the advantage thing, but was it worth it?
Well,
Your
okay.
arm's broken.
Yes. Take that.
Yeah. Well,
so they
just saying.
So the reason I know that the Yankees are the one that started is they talked to the coach, and he goes, it's not as simple as just going closer to the plate. He goes, there's a lot of strategy that we put behind it. They're trying to manipulate the strike zone, and catchers get paid a lot of money to manipulate the strike zone. Like, catchers are worth, 2 or 3 extra strikes a game can make a huge difference. So there's a big incentive in it. So they built this whole program, and they went to the one knee down. Let's get closer to the plate.
Mm-hmm.
If we can manipulate a few more strikes per game, then it's worth doing. But like I said, as a copycat league, a lot of guys just went, oh, so we just move closer? Okay, I got it.
Here I come.
And that's when more interference and obviously injuries come into a play. And nobody's saying that that's what happened with Contreras, but
it sure looks like it.
Well, listen,
sure looks like it.
It is a symptom of something that there are that many more interferences, and I can't remember a guy ever getting his arm broken by a swing going through the catcher's
Pretty
arm.
intense, man.
Yeah, that's definitely
That's
a
an
thing.
awful way to break your arm. I mean,
What's a good way to break your arm?
Oh, like falling out of a tree or something. Yeah.
That would suck.
Okay, let me ask you something.
Okay.
Would you rather have your arm broken by falling out of a tree and bracing your fall with the arm and not really like experiencing something so sudden as, say, like somebody taking a bat to your arm?
Okay. So here's the option is you're under your own control in the tree until you're completely out of control, falling, seeing the ground coming, going, oh man, I better catch myself, and then having a compound fracture where your arm is splayed out for the whole neighborhood to see.
And then the other option is someone taking a bat to your arm.
Can I say, you knew the bat was there and you knew you were close to the plate. I think it catches you off guard a little bit. My sister got hit in the face with a baseball bat when we were kids.
Lose any teeth?
No, this is why the story is amazing.
Oh.
If she just lost a bunch of teeth and got mutilated, that'd be a story. This one has a much happier ending. So this was my brothers were playing a game. All 3 of my brothers on the same team, and one of the kids goes outside the dugout to warm up. Which, kids, if you're listening, don't go outside of the dugout. Stay within the confines of the field to warm up. So he's
Get out of the dugout.
He's out of the dugout, and he's like behind the dugout where fans are. And my sister's walking around, and she gets smoked in the face right between her nose and her mouth. Ends up splitting where she gets stitches that mostly go up her nose. She doesn't even have a recognizable scar. Didn't hit her nose, didn't hit her mouth, didn't lose any teeth, had a few stitches. I don't know how many
Did
it
she
was.
swell up at all?
But well, sure. I'm sure she did. But this was, she would have been, I don't know, 5 or 6. I don't know how old she was. Not very old.
Okay.
But yeah, ended up with no real major damage and took a bat to the face. So there you go. Congratulations, Bonnie, as a child. So, anyways, anything from baseball, anything from baseball other than people getting hit in the arm or the face that you would like to address this week, Mr. Darkins?
Oh, sure. I'll get on my Orioles soapbox.
Well, we don't need all the Orioles rundown, but
I'll just give you the high level.
Okay. Give me the 10.
Yeah, I mean, we're friggin' smoking fools, dude. Swept the Reds. It was a good series. We have a Craig Kimbrell issue. As he is our closer at times.
Back end of the bullpen giving you a little trouble, giving you a little heartache.
He's not performing as well as I think the fans dreamed he would.
Yep.
I'm not saying hoped because no one was hoping. They kind of knew what you were getting with Craig Kimbrell. But we also did get some of our starting pitchers back in, John Means and Kyle Bradish. Bradish had a great opening. I believe it was against the Yankees in that series and pitched very well. Cole Irvin from Oregon.
Yeah.
He pitched last night. That was the first time he had allowed a run in his last 3 starts. So he is turning out to be very good after a rough first 3 starts he had to the season. So our pitching is actually looking pretty well. We've sent Alberto Suarez to the bullpen, though he was starting at one point. We sent him to the bullpen because we had to bring in Means and Bradish.
Because you could bring in, not because you had to.
Well, dude, Suarez was throwing heat.
I understand, but it is a luxury to have too many. And you complain about the bullpen, but as you shift guys around, having guys that can go long innings or that can step in as a starter is a luxury to have. So
well, and that brings to the last point, which is Gray Rod, Grayson Rodriguez, still out. No updates on him with a shoulder soreness, which is terrible to hear. But it would be a good problem for him to come back and be full strength and then say, okay, now we put Cole Irvin down in the bullpen.
Yeah.
That's fine with me, dude. If that guy can come out and pitch 2 really great innings, like.
Well, and there are times in the middle of the summer where you're going to need the guys to pitch 3 or 4 innings, and having guys that have starting experience doing that, going through the rotation a couple times, or going through the batting lineup a couple times in some of those games in the dog days are going to make a difference. Anything surprising you about kind of what you're drawn to in the games, or are you just kind of still getting to know the team and everything?
Specifically with the team?
Well, just in general.
In general?
Any observations? Here's what I'd like you to do. Moving forward, just start giving me your baseball observations. Just going, hey, I didn't think I would you just brought it up, but caring about the rotation and realizing how much, having all your starters available impacts your bullpen and, the stress it is. Like, dude,
I think defense.
Having a
if
job.
I were to make an observation, defense.
What?
Well, I took it for granted that we have a really good infield defense, and I just kind of thought that was the case for a lot of teams.
Yeah,
that it was just well, that's given. You catch the ball if it comes to you. In most cases, not a lot of teams do. I'm realizing that.
Well, because you're going, all right. Do we want the most sure-handed shortstop that baseball's ever had, or do we want a guy that can hit over 200? And that's a trade-off that you sometimes make. And also, it's just, I don't know if you've watched many of the games, but listening to them on the radio doesn't always give you an appreciation for how smooth these guys actually are when there's, a ball with an exit velo of 119 miles an hour and takes a short hop on you, behind the third baseman, and you're diving into the hole. Then you have to have the arm strength to get up and put it on a dime to the first baseman. One of the things that I've always said is I could sit and watch baseball highlights all day and they would all be defense. Like, we get the sports centers of the world, I think, always give you.
I would take doubles and triples, though.
Well, yes, I would agree with that. But they give you too many home runs.
Yeah,
like, the ball went over the fence.
I would agree with that.
Like, unless it lands in the parking lot or in McCovey Cove, or bounces off the scoreboard and it blows a bunch of sparks out of it,
or it's just like a massive hit.
Yes.
Like it's out of the stadium.
Well, grand slams, bottom of the ninth, game winners, whatever. Yes, show them all and the celebration at the end. But yeah, third inning solo shot that was like, hey, here's a nice home run. But I will take defense all day. But the robbing home runs and a nice double play up the middle, yes, please, and thank you.
Cool.
We move on. We wrap it up. What to watch next? Center and Saint on 1080 The Fan.
Laurelhurst Market Steakhouse and Butcher Shop is the spot for a great night out. Always something unique on the menu for steaks, entrees, apps, and cocktails, and they're always local. 10% off in the Butcher Shop when you dine in for dinner. Laurelhurst Market, more than just your friendly neighborhood steakhouse.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota compact tractors. The Kubota L-Series is the #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S. They're designed for easy operation and feature performance meshed attachments. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months, plus save up to $2,300 on select equipment. Now through June 30th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com/disclaimers for full disclaimer.
Visit your local Kubota dealer, Rick Rial Farm Supply, Oregon Equipment Sales in Hubbard and McMinnville, or Dan's Tractor in Battleground.
Want concert quality sound for your vehicle? No one does it better than the experts at Car Toys. Get free installation on Kenwood Apple CarPlay and Android Auto receivers starting at just $299. Plus a free backup camera with any Kenwood receiver from $399. Our experts can also radically improve your sound without touching your dash. Get a simple speaker swap or a full audio upgrade. Visit one of our 48 stores and cartoys.com for the drive you deserve.
Car Toys, a better way to go.
You come for the action. You play for the thrill. And when it comes to winning, you're here to win big. Spirit Mountain Casino.
The 80K RV giveaway is your chance to own the road. June 28th, win a share of 80 grand in cash and prizes, including a new RV. The 80K RV giveaway. Only at Spirit Mountain Casino. Elevate your game.
This is Rick Jones of Goldberg Jones Divorce for Men. Child custody is the most emotional issue our clients face. If you're a divorcing father, the relationship with your children is about to change. But that change doesn't have to be for the worse. Kids already feel the stress of parents who don't get along, and they can thrive after a divorce. Kids trust their dads. Their dads trust Goldberg Jones. Call 1-800-DIVORCE and get your phone questions answered at no charge.
Serving the greater Portland, Vancouver area.
Need inspiration? Shop Fred Meyer for over 30,000 mouth-watering choices with savings beyond low prices, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. More savings and more inspiring flavors make Fred Meyer worth it every time. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Mother's Day is Sunday, May 12th, and Fred Meyer has great gift ideas like cards, flowers, desserts, and more. We make it easy to keep Mother's Day in full bloom.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-700-6898. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-700-6898. That's 800-700-6898. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-700-6898. 800-700-6898.
The Sinner and the Saint Tailgate with Luke Anderson and Will Darkins on 1080 The Fan.
4 NBA games this weekend. Noon, Thunder, 12:30 Thunder Mavericks today. 5:30 Celtics Cavaliers tomorrow. 12:30 Knicks Pacers, and 5 o'clock is Nuggets Timberwolves. Which game has the most surprising result?
Nuggets Timberwolves. Timberwolves come back.
All right,
and just beat the crap out of the Nuggets.
All right, Cavs win tonight. They take a 2-1 lead in that series. All right, if that happens, we'll talk about it next week. We are done for now. Bye-bye.
Right now at 7-Eleven, get a Big Bite hot dog and a large Big Gulp drink for only $3. It's the kind of big meal that'll make you feel like a big deal. A big shot, a BIP. That's big important person. You could be top dog with a hot dog, a big wig with a Big Gulp. Stop by 7-Eleven and grab a big meal deal for only $3 with 7 rewards. But don't get a big head. Valid through 1/7/25. 7-Eleven has the right to end this promotion early. All rights reserved. Plus tax. Participating U.S. stores only. See app for full terms.
Portland Perks. Right now, the Campbell Course is offering 50% off a full round of golf for children, adults, and senior citizens. Home to the first tee of Greater Portland. The mission of the Campbell Course is to provide character building and life skill lessons through golf. Only available on PortlandPerks.com.
So, how's your research going?
Surprising. After I figured out the top-rated TVs in our price range, I went shopping for deals.
And who's the best?
It wasn't the internet, and it wasn't the Warehouse Club.
But?
It was video only. They had better deals on the Samsung, LG, and the Sony TVs that got the highest scores.
Better than online and at the club?
I know! Video only beat them all. And now we can afford an even better model for the same price. My research really paid off.
If we buy it video only.